The story of Rapunzel. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a poor couple who longed for a child. After many years, the wife finally became pregnant. They lived near a magical garden owned by a wicked witch. In the garden, there was a special plant called Rapunzel, which the wife desperately craved. One night, the husband sneaked into the witch's garden to pick some Rapunzel for his wife. But the witch caught him and became furious. She told him that if he wanted to save himself, he must give her the baby after birth. The man had no choice but to agree. When the baby girl was born, the witch took her away and named her Rapunzel. She locked her in a tall tower deep in the forest. The tower had no doors or stairs, only a small window at the top. As Rapunzel grew up, her golden hair became extremely long. Whenever the witch wanted to enter, she would stand below and call, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would lower her long hair, and the witch would climb up. Years passed, and one day, a prince was riding through the forest when he heard Rapunzel singing from the tower. He was enchanted by her voice but could not find a way inside. He hid and soon saw the witch calling out and climbing up the golden hair. The next day, the prince stood below the tower and called out just like the witch. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel let her hair down, and the prince climbed up. When Rapunzel saw him, she was surprised but soon fell in love with him. The prince promised to rescue her, and they made a plan to escape. However, the witch found out and became furious. She cut off Rapunzel's long hair and banished her to a lonely desert. When the prince returned, the witch tricked him, and in his despair, he jumped from the tower. He fell into thorny bushes, which blinded him. For many years, the prince wandered in sadness. One day, he heard a familiar voice and followed it. It was Rapunzel. She was so happy to see him that she cried. As her tears fell on his eyes, a miracle happened, his sight was restored. The prince took Rapunzel to his kingdom, where they were married and lived happily ever after. The end.